Wicked men, soldiers expose TINUBU'S top officials having secret meeting with notorious terrorist leaders. See them. Can you imagine? So how? This is the reason that soldiers are a kind of handicapped, incapacitated. Okay, who are terrorists that the soldiers cannot wipe out in a matter of just hours? But unfortunately, because these guys have their representative in government, that the terrorists, have their representatives in government, it makes it very difficult for the military to flush them out. Because the more you flush them out, the more they will call them to order and say, look, stop killing our people. That is exactly what some soldiers have confessed in the past. That even some fellow soldiers will shoot their fellow soldiers for shooting Boko Haram, saying that they are killing their people. So that is the reason terrorism is difficult to combat in Nigeria, because they have infiltrated the government, they have infiltrated everywhere. And that's actually what they do worldwide. Even the Middle East, where terrorism is at the peak, what they do is to find a way to infiltrate the government. Once they succeed in infiltrating the government, it is all over. They are in charge. Okay? And that's exactly what is happening here. Terrorists have infiltrated the government, and it's going to be very difficult to wipe them. It will take maybe a military regime to take over everywhere and then take a decisive action against them. Just like what Niger Republic is suffering now. Because terrorism has infiltrated the government, now that the military junta has taken over, the major fight they have now is jihadists and terrorists. Fighting jihadists and terrorists is their biggest problem now. Not even the France that is there. So that is how bad it is. Because even like in Niger, I'm sure those terrorists are also sponsored, by some powerful individuals externally and internally to also make the place ungovernable. And that is what's most likely what is happening in Nigeria. Now that is why, was it Babangida or Abacha or who said, I think Babangida, that any government that cannot fight terrorism in a very short time is obviously a part of that terrorist activity. And that is almost like what is playing out in Nigeria. Let's go into the details. Sources familiar with the matter have disclosed that at least 7 leaders of terror gangs responsible for abductions, killings, and the displacement of thousands of residents in Nigeria's northwest region, have attended secret meetings with individuals believed to be representatives of the Nigerian government. The clandestine gatherings took place in various locations, with the largest meeting held in Fankama, a community in Faskari local government area of Zamfara state. 2 anonymous security sources confirmed the existence of these meetings, shedding light on a disturbing development that has raised questions about the government's approach to combating terrorism. One of the sources, a soldier with knowledge of the meetings, emphasized the significance of these gatherings and their implications for national security. I can confirm that the meeting took place and several subsequent meetings were held in Zamfara state. The soldier revealed to Premium Times, requesting anonymity for security reasons. The soldier expressed concern about the unauthorized nature of these meetings, raising doubts about their objectives. The revelation of these secret meetings came to light shortly after Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal accused the federal government of negotiating with terrorists in his state without his knowledge. Governor Lawal, a member of Nigeria's main opposition party, the People Democratic Party, has taken a firm stance against negotiating with terrorists. Wow. Yeah, I remember that Governor Lawal has actually accused the government of negotiating with terrorists in the state without his consent. And that is actually a very bad one. It is worth noting that his predecessor, Bello Matawalle, now Nigeria's Minister of State for Defense, was known for engaging in negotiations with terrorists during his tenure as governor. The meeting in question occurred in Fankama on September 18, 2023. One of the sources, another soldier, identified the leaders of 7 terrorist gangs who attended the Fankama meeting. These individuals, known as Ado Aliro, Yusuf Yelo, Masume, Alhaji Bandi, Alhaji Kabiru, Goma Tashin Like alias, and Idi Mwangi, are notorious figures in the region's ongoing security crisis. So to be honest with you, We were not actively involved until the last minute, but these are some of the top terrorists that were around. But there were several others. They came with their fighters, while some people from Faskari and other areas were also invited, one of the sources explained. In a shocking video obtained by Premium Times, Ado Aliro, one of the terror leaders present at the meeting, was seen alongside other insurgent leaders. Aliro is known for his self-confessed involvement in cold-blooded murders. Wow. So in a BBC documentary on banditry, he openly admitted to not just abducting but also killing people. He has been linked to multiple atrocities, including a brutal attack that claimed the lives of 60 people in Kadisau, a community in Faskari local government area. The emergence of this information has triggered a wave of public concern, with many demanding answers from the government regarding its involvement, if any, in these secret meetings. Nigeria's defense headquarters has pledged to investigate the soldiers seen in the videos and pictures of the meetings with the terrorists. Can you imagine? They want to investigate soldiers. So they have seen the source of soldiers present in that meeting in the video. They want to investigate to know who did that. Can you see how bad it is? Why do you have to investigate the soldiers? Is it not to go and investigate the meeting and see if terrorists were there? It means that terrorists were there. So it means that these soldiers that actually reveal this information are now at risk. They are going to look for a way to identify them, and before you know it, they will silence them and the public will not know. So it means that the government is part of the terrorism activities in Nigeria. That is why, rather than seeking solution to it, if you speak out, they come for you. If you speak out, they come for you. This is a very terrible situation. And somebody says it is true that Nigerian government is a terrorist government. Of course, from what we are saying now, it is true. So even before Bello Mutawale left for federal appointment, when he was the governor, he was also having secret meetings